It all began when a wealthy merchant named Karim discovered that his prized golden bracelet had gone missing. The bracelet was not just valuable in terms of gold, it was a family heirloom that had been passed down through generations. Distraught and eager to retrieve his treasure, Karim approached Mullah Nasreddin and requested his help in finding the thief. Mullah Nasreddin, Karim pleaded, "My family's golden bracelet has been stolen. It holds great sentimental value, and I cannot bear the thought of it being lost forever. Please help me find the culprit and recover my precious heirloom." Mullah Nasreddin, who had been sitting in the village square, listening to Karim's woes, nodded thoughtfully. "Do not worry, Karim. I will help you find your bracelet and bring the thief to justice. But first, let us gather all the suspects." Karim agreed, and together they spread the word throughout the village, summoning anyone who had been near Karim's house around the time of the theft. By midday, a group of villagers had assembled in the square, curious and anxious about the unfolding investigation. Mullah Nasreddin stood before the crowd, his eyes scanning each face. "Listen carefully, everyone," he began. "A precious bracelet has been stolen, and the thief is among us. I will now ask each of you to step forward and state where you were when the bracelet went missing." One by one, the villagers came forward and declared their alibis. Some were at the market, others were working in their fields, and a few were visiting friends. Among the crowd was a young man named Rafi, who looked particularly nervous. When it was Rafi's turn to speak, he stammered, I was at home, Mullah Nasreddin. I didn't leave my house all day." Mullah Nasreddin's sharp eyes caught the hesitation in Rafi's voice. He approached Rafi and placed a hand on his shoulder. "Rafi, your behavior seems suspicious. Is there something you are not telling us?" Rafi shook his head vehemently. "No, Mullah Nasreddin. I swear I am telling the truth." Mullah Nasreddin nodded slowly. "Very well. Since we have no clear evidence, I will resort to a method that will reveal the truth." He instructed the villagers to gather around a large cauldron filled with water. He then took a handful of pebbles and placed them in a small, intricately carved wooden box. Handing the box to Rafi, he said, "Rafi, hold this box and stand by the cauldron." Rafi complied, though his hands trembled slightly. Mullah Nasreddin turned to the crowd and explained, "This box contains magical pebbles that can detect lies. When placed in water, the pebbles will float if the person holding the box is truthful. But if the person is lying, the pebbles will sink." The villagers murmured in amazement and anticipation. Mullah Nasreddin then addressed Rafi, "Dip the box into the water, and let us see what happens." Rafi hesitated for a moment before lowering the box into the cauldron. As the box touched the water, the pebbles inside began to sink slowly to the bottom. Gasps of astonishment echoed through the crowd. Mullah Nasreddin observed the sinking pebbles with a calm expression. He turned to Rafi and said, "The pebbles have spoken. They have revealed the truth. Rafi, you have stolen the bracelet." Rafi's face turned pale, and he fell to his knees, tears streaming down his cheeks. "I am sorry, Mullah Nasreddin. I did steal the bracelet. I was desperate and needed money to pay off my debts. Please forgive me." Mullah Nasreddin placed a hand on Rafi's shoulder and spoke gently, "Confession is the first step towards redemption, Rafi. But you must return the bracelet and face the consequences of your actions." Rafi nodded and led Mullah Nasreddin and Karim to his small, modest house. There, hidden under a loose floorboard, was the golden bracelet. Karim's eyes lit up with relief as he reclaimed his family's heirloom. Back in the village square, Mullah Nasreddin addressed the crowd once more. "Rafi has admitted to his crime and returned the stolen bracelet. However, he must still face justice for his actions. But let us also show compassion and offer him a chance to redeem himself." The villagers, moved by Mullah Nasreddin's wisdom and fairness, agreed. It was decided that Rafi would work for Karim until he had repaid the value of the bracelet. This way, he could atone for his mistake and learn the value of honesty and hard work. Over the following months, Rafi diligently worked for Karim, slowly earning back the trust of the villagers. Mullah Nasreddin continued to offer him guidance and support, helping him stay on the right path. One day, as Rafi and Kareem were working together in the fields, Rafi turned to Kareem and said, "Thank you for giving me a second chance. I have learned so much from you and Mullah Nasruddin. I will never forget this lesson." Kareem smiled and patted Rafi on the back. "We all make mistakes, Rafi. What matters is that we learn from them and become better people." The village of Aksahir prospered, and the story of the judge and the thief became a cherished tale, passed down through generations. It served as a reminder of the importance of honesty, redemption, and the wisdom of Mullah Nasruddin.